Sleeping Beauty and a very different prince. Once upon a time in a kingdom far away, a king and queen had a beautiful little princess, whom they named Aurora. To celebrate her birth, all fairies were invited to be godmothers. As a gift, each of them gave the little princess a special gift. All except one, the bad fairy, who hadn't been invited. This one, knowing that all the other fairies had been invited to celebrate the birth of Princess Aurora, decided to appear at the party and, instead of granting a gift to the little princess, cast a curse on her. Princess Aurora, on the day you turn 15 you will be pricked by a spindle and you will die. You and all the castle dwellers. Everyone in the castle was very distressed. Luckily, there was a good fairy who still hadn't granted her wish, and, unable to prevent Aurora from poking herself on a spindle, she altered the spell of the bad fairy, so that the little princess, instead of dying, she would fall into a deep sleep. This spell could only be broken after 100 years, when a prince who passed by fell in love with the princess and kissed her. Even so, the king immediately ordered the destruction of all the spindles and distaffs that existed in the kingdom, to prevent his daughter from stinging herself. Years passed and life went on without any turmoil, the curse becoming just a bad memory. On her 15th birthday, the princess, who was playing in the garden, was strangely drawn to the castle tower, which she had never entered. There, she found a sharp object she didn't recognize. What a strange object! What could it be? Not resisting curiosity, he picked it up and accidentally pricked his finger. Immediately the little princess started to get very sleepy. So she ran to her room and fell into a deep sleep. Time passed, the bush took over the entire castle. Meanwhile in the kingdom there was a legend of a beautiful sleeping princess. One fine day, a young and brave prince managed to cross the dense forest that surrounded the castle and found all its inhabitants asleep. Knowing the legend, he went to the princess's room and discovered the most beautiful young woman he had ever seen in his life. Fell in love at first sight. He approached to kiss her. However, his conscience spoke louder. He thought, how can I kiss her without her consent? I need to wake her up another way. He called her by name, put on loud music and nothing. She was still motionless in her sleep. Then he had an idea. Took some coffee for her to smell. Who are you? And why do you wear such strange clothes? Said the princess. He answered about himself and explained that she had slept for many, many years and that the world had changed a lot in that time. He was even ready, if she accepted, to show a little of the transformations that had taken place while she was sleeping. Aurora accepted. The prince began to tell about various changes that had taken place in the world. He said that they no longer traveled by carriage, but by car and even by plane. That man has already stepped on the moon. That women can work outside the home, that they can even wear pants. That women can choose who they marry. That now, we can talk to people even if they are on the other side of the world. Thus, The prince spent a good amount of time with Aurora, showing a little bit of what had happened in the world during the 100 years she spent sleeping. Faced with so much generosity and respect on the part of the prince, Aurora thought, "This boy is really nice," and invited him to return to the castle on another day to continue the conversation.
Hi little friend, did you find me in the story? Oh, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.